Hi, I'm Zach Kozahowski from GolfWRX.com, and I'm at Ping headquarters with Marty Jertson, the Director of Product Development for Ping. Marty, along with the i25 driver, you've got Fairway woods and hybrids. One of them has that racing stripe, one of them doesn't. Tell me why.
Yeah, the racing stripe, we thought it worked really good on the driver and the fairway wood because the head size, can accommodate it really well. Now, when we talk about what we've done from a shape and design standpoint on the hybrid, we've made the head size, the footprint, the top-down profile a lot more compact, and so squeezing the racing stripe on there just didn't quite look right on such of a small club head. So we kept our normal kind of blasted top rail, simulated top rail type of look on the hybrid.
And we'll get to the actual performance of the clubs in a second, but when we spoke yesterday, you told me that there's some difficulty actually applying that racing stripe to the driver, the fairway woods, and maybe the hybrid too.
Yeah, so a lot of our research, we've been working on that racing stripe for quite some time because we saw so much value in it in terms of the performance, and obviously it has a cool look to it at the same time, which we're excited about. But the manufacturing piece was very difficult because we're projecting a dead straight line on this free-form round kind of curved surface, and we did a lot of research in the biomechanics. Actually, was very important to figure out at what static line angle the average golfer kind of sets up at, and then what is the angle between the golf club and their eyes in the address position. So we had to do a lot of research on that to figure out, okay, that's what we care about projecting this line straight on. So when you look at the racing stripe from different angles and orientations, it might not look like it's pointed in the right direction or it's on the club exactly straight, but when you look at it in the address position, which is what we care about, it is on there dead straight, and we have a manufacturing process that's really cool to put it on and check the quality so we can ensure all of them are dead perfect.
So now that we get looks out of the way, what can golfers expect once they hit these clubs?
Yeah, so the i25 fairway wood is built for a flat trajectory. So we built it to take some of the spin off. And so
when you say spin off, you mean compared to the G25?
Compared to the G25, yeah. So the G25 fairway wood is built to help get the ball in the air and launch it high. It has kind of medium-low spin characteristics is how we would categorize it, but it's kind of a little bit more optimized to launch the ball up in the air with a higher initial launch angle. On the i25, we wanted to have a fitting option that's built to flatten that trajectory out there, which is important for a lot of golfers, regardless of handicap, just from a fitting standpoint, and to make it a little hotter off the tee as well.
And the hybrid, is it different than what we saw with the i20?
Yeah, so the i25 hybrid, we're kind of bringing a little bit of the technology of our G15, G20 hybrids, which is to move the hosel axis more forward in the club head to help shallow out the angle of attack from the golf ball's perspective. So we added a little bit of offset onto it. We moved the CG actually closer to the face to take spin off it, so we're able to get a high launch, low spin characteristic, but to deliver it in a totally different, new and unique chassis, so to speak. So the club head is very compact, has a flatter bulge and roll, and in our i25 hybrid, we built it to have more versatility and workability. Because the bulge and roll is a little bit flatter, now when you go to create different ball flights and hit different windows in your trajectory, and when you change your handle position forward and back, you get closer to a 1-to-1 ratio to be able to manipulate your ball flight.
And one of the complaints from golfers in our community about hybrids is that they love the lower lofted ones. They help them hit it higher and farther than their long irons. But the higher lofted hybrids, they sometimes spin too much. Is there a fix for those with this?
Yeah, so we've done something really cool that we put into our G25 hybrid as well. So in the internal weighting, what we've done is on the low lofted, the 17 and the 19, all of the discretionary weight that we have in the club head is concentrated low and back. That drives the CG back. Now as we drive the CG back, we generate a little bit more backspin to help optimize the ball flight. Now as we go up in loft, we naturally start to get more spin because you have more spin loft, a bigger ratio between your attack angle and the static loft or the dynamic delivered loft on the club head. So as we have more spin loft, what we do there to reduce the backspin is we move all that discretionary weight closer to the face, and when we move the CG closer, we're able to take some of that initial backspin off to optimize. So we feel really good about that each particular loft, whether it's the lower lofted or the higher lofted, really has that optimized ball flight that doesn't get too spinny.